So here we are, living in the dystopian future we have all dreamed about. If we don't start acting like this is happening, then we are going to go from Orwell's 1984 to George Miller's Mad Max very quick. The allegiance already exists. The gangs already exist. The living conditions of the earth are getting worse. COVID was one thing, but many people have and are volunteering for the experiment. I've never seen anything like it before. I mean, we have a whole new problem on our hands, really. More information on that is up on the website at WoodwardEntertainment.com. But as you very well know, when it rains, it pours. And now we are beginning to witness the food revolution. The issue with our food supply is getting worse, fast. There may be a few solutions to this for you and I. However, we have a long road ahead of us, and it is likely that this issue will not be reversed anytime soon. And I have a hunch that there is some force causing this, and it is human. So we are going to take a closer look at our food supply, try to come to a better understanding of the logistics, discuss the near future. It's vital information. If you don't want your body to starve later, start feeding your mind now. So, we are beginning to see the storm of inflation make its way to shore. Prices on food items are going up big time, and they will probably continue to go up. For how long, that I'm not sure. It is going to depend on some factors that are really out of our control, such as the weather, which has ultimate control over any farmer. Farmers around the world understand the weather. They understand that in just one day, everything could be gone. Now, this is part of the problem. Logistics is another. Products are not being moved. Factories have been shut down. Plants have been shut down. Something has happened to our distribution system. Not only that, and this may be the result of several things, but products are really starting to disappear off of the shelves. And I know that you've noticed that yourself. Let me ask you guys a question. You walk into your local supermarket these days, have you noticed that you are starting to see more store brand products wrapped nicely? Those name brand products are fading off the shelf for some strange reason because of the amount of control they have over the general food supply. Oscar Mayer is gone. That happened just the other day. What's happening? I'm not really talking about what companies are doing with their brands or anything corporate as of now. I want to focus on what is actually happening to the food itself. This comes from beefmagazine.com. Higher corn prices mean higher cattle finishing cost. Corn price futures for the July 2021 contract increased from $4.68 per bushel in early January to $6.56 for the week ending April 30th. That is a $1.88 increase in 4 months. Now, first thing, if you are still eating corn in 2021, I don't even know if there is even any real corn left anywhere. But they use it to make oils, sweeteners, cattle feed. I mean, cows are supposed to eat grass, not corn. But I know why they feed them the corn. Anyway, corn goes up, cattle feed goes up, commercial beef and dairy products go up, all of them. Summary and conclusions. Corn prices have increased steadily so far this year and are expected to be quite volatile for the rest of the year. This article examined the impact of higher corn prices on feeding cost of gain for cattle finishing. Using projected corn prices, feeding cost of gain is expected to peak in the third quarter at approximately $103.50. However, each 10-cent increase in corn price results in an increase in feeding cost of gain of 88 cents if per CWT. If corn prices are $1 higher than projected prices, which is certainly possible in today's environment, feeding cost of gain would be approximately $111 in the third quarter of 2021. Now, that's just one section of the grocery store. What about the bakery? What's going on with grains like wheat and rice? A bushel of wheat last year was around $5.50 on average. This year, it's around $6.60 on average so far. Rice prices went up as well. Wheat prices went up partly due to the corn prices going up. Are you beginning to see the domino effect working here? Soy. What about soy? Soybean prices post highest finish in over 8 years. Despite the expected increase, the report confirms the very tight ending inventories for soybeans through next year, said Sal DeBerte, President and Chief Investment Officer at Tucrium Trading. Soybean ending inventories are too small for comfort, and the USDA confirmed that the situation will not change even with this season's new crop. On Wednesday, July soybeans rose 27 cents, or 1.7%, to settle at $16.42 a bushel in Chicago, with prices based on the most active contract ending at their highest since September 19, 2012, according to Dow Jones market data. Look, despite what many people may think, it's all part of the plan. Agenda 21, Agenda 2030, Come to think of it, I want to give you an example of where life for us on this planet is headed. All your worst nightmares come true. They definitely don't want you eating meat because you will be considerably weaker without it. But Jay, not eating meat is good for you. Yeah, maybe I'm Planet Pussy, but you go ahead and go along with that. You don't get it, do you? They don't want you to eat meat. They don't even want you to eat veggies. Did you know this? So you're thinking, oh, no meat, no veggies. What's left? Bugs. Bugs is what's left. Bugs and insects, buddy. Bon appetit. But how? I tell you how. Because you're going to walk into a restaurant. The beef burger is going to be $60. The plant-based burger is going to be $40. And the burger with the bug patty is $5. That's how. People don't care about what you give them. As long as you say it's good, they're good to go. Believe me, as long as that patty tastes and looks like a burger, they will eat it. People eat bugs all the time, and they're perfectly fine. Nothing wrong with them. You're going to be hearing that voice a lot more now because the number of people like this is growing. It reminds me of something Dr. Stella Emanuel said in an interview once. Something like, people are definitely against taking the mark of the beast. You hear it all the time. Yet you have so many people who have taken something that could be used to program them to believe that God is Satan and Satan is God. Go to WoodwardEntertainment.com and watch The Experiment, Episode 1. There will be more of those coming, but go and watch that presentation. Okay. And there it is. Look at the date. Look at the date of this report. Now tell me I made this up. EU approves of mealworms for human consumption. just in case you think you are reading that wrong. EU officials suggest it could be used as a protein boost for cookies, pasta, or baked goods. Yummy. As they try to reassure fussy eaters. You freaking fussy eaters, you're so picky. How dare you not want to eat bugs? That millions of people around the world already eat insects. They already eat them, so you should eat them too. It's also a more environmentally friendly and that's good, right? So what are you waiting for? Alternative to rearing cattle and other larger sources of protein, it's the best. The market for edible insects is set to reach $4.6 billion by 2027, according to one report earlier this year. It is up to consumers to decide whether they want to eat insects or not. We don't give a crap, the EU said on its webpage. The use of insects as an alternate source of protein is not new, so stop getting your panties all in a bunch. The EU, huh? Oh, thank God we have the FDA. Yeah, and you've seen what they've been approving. Speaking of which, they don't give a clear answer as to the regulations on edible insects and critters in the U.S. They consider them filth, like most of us. Yeah, when you're lost in a cave with a broken leg with nothing but puddle water to drink, yeah, then you can eat some bugs. Look at this article. Calls for regulatory approval of edible insects. May 2020. Edible insects may become essential in the wake of the COVID-19 crisis, but FDA regulation is lacking. They always want to blame COVID on something. They always want to blame everything on COVID. As COVID-19 rages on and the threat of global food crisis looms large, the European Food Safety Authority of the European Union is expected to authorize the sale of insects for human consumption soon. Such a decision would likely invite a renewed look at the future of edible insect regulation in the United States, given that the pandemic's threat to the global food supply could also cause a national meat shortage. Because the coronavirus pandemic has directly impacted the agricultural sector and other sectors tied to food production, members of the edible insects industry have praised the promise of the European Union's long-awaited authorization of the sale of certain edible insects, hoping that the EU's expecting ruling will have a snowball effect. As the edible insect industry in the United States has grown in recent years, legal scholars have theorized about how FDA could regulate insects as human food or food ingredients within the agency's existing framework. One of the more popular analyses for edible insect regulation argues that insects used as food or as a component of food are, in fact, food, under the FDCA's broad definition of the term. Articles used for food or drink for man, or articles used for components of any such article. So this is where we are headed, folks. Better learn how to hunt. Better learn how to forage for wild veggies or learn how to grow your own food as well as store it, because the prices will continue to go up and they will continue to move toward this manufactured human chimera Soylent Green bug food. Just one of the products for the new food supply. There is more madness to come. Stay tuned. Be sure to visit WoodwardEntertainment.com. Watch The Experiment Episode 1. Also, you can visit the Woodward Entertainment store while you're there. You can sign up as a member for free to leave comments. You can post to the forum or visit the archive. Until next time, folks, as always, stay awake, stay aware, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all soon.